Hey everybody, welcome to the Inimitable podcast. I am your host, Jermaine Harrison. I am a licensed mental health counselor, mentor, visionary, transitional life coach, but more importantly, I am a neurospicy black sheep. Inimitable means something that is so unique it is impossible to duplicate. This pod is for the neurospicy who are building mental wealth without a blueprint. Every guest here, we're going to talk about some of those topics that other people don't want to talk about, but we're going to talk about it, whether it be about motherhood, Black men, whether it be about joining the force and being a mental health advocate. Either way, we're going to talk about it. So, with that being said, thank you for coming. And if you're here, it's because God needed you here. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I will see you soon. Bye. Don't ask. I don't know. Neurospiciness, you just break out into random songs.
You're supposed
to. There was a melody. I was like,
You see, my spirit hands came right out. I knew exactly where it needed to go.
These are not spirit fingers. These. Anyway. It's okay. I'm special. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Inimitable podcast. Good Lord, I almost mispronounced my own thing. This face next to me, you have seen her at least twice if you've been keeping up with all of the Inimitable podcast episodes. So she came on first by herself, and we had a great time then. And then she came back, I think it was this February. February for the Black Excellence panel, which she did amazing.
Thank you, darling.
You know, she did amazing. And then graciously decided to take on another episode, you know, because I don't take it lightly when people want to come back, because, you know, it's not just like we're talking about something that's not personal to them. So,
yeah.
Anywho, Madame Tanya, thank you for coming back. I'm so glad you're here.
No, thank you for having me. This is like I was telling you before we hopped on, and I'm telling all of you guys that have joined. This is my first time back doing anything creative hues related, mental health related. Well, every day is a mental health check for me. But just being back in the saddle of innovator, right? Of, like you said, of being a trailblazer. So this is my first time back since maternity leave. I'm no longer with baby within, baby's on the outsiding. So I'm just happy to be able to do this, to be able to come back to something that I love to do, and just connect. So thank you for having me. I really do appreciate this opportunity.
Of course. Thank you for coming back, because a lot has changed since February. You know, you brought a whole human into this world.
Yes, girl.
How was that? Are you good? Is the baby good? Everything's good?
Everything is good. I think, when you first, being no matter, because this is my third child, right? So it doesn't matter if you're on child 15. Each time that you have a child, it's an experience. It's rebalancing. It's relearning yourself, like a rediscovery. And I really feel like your emotions are everywhere. Like I'm finding I'm becoming. That's really what it is. It's like I think of myself as a chrysalis. You know, I went into a chrysalis, and I am slowly but surely breaking free of that. I'm no longer going to be, picking up all of the other things in the grub or whatever. I'm going to be soaring through the sky, and I don't know exactly what that means yet. You know?
Yeah.
So this new becoming that I have, and like I was saying, just being a new mother, you experience all types of emotions. Like, am I doing enough? Am I enough by myself? When is my face going to be my face again? Are these is my body, now that the child has vacated and has gotten the eviction notice from my body, when does my body actually become mine again? Like, when is it really mine? When do I look in the mirror and see me again? And how much time is that going to take? And it's really learning how to give yourself grace. So I've been, for the first time in a very long time, I had to sit down. I've been sitting down somewhere because my whole pregnancy, that was what everybody kept saying to me. Why don't you sit down somewhere? Dang, girl, you are everywhere. And am, and will, and shall, and
It
have.
was.
And was.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, this next stage is different. I'm not the same Tanya I was. And I'm becoming a different version of myself, and trying to see what that version is. So this is the first step, in me stepping back into this world, I was like going so hard at, um, for over a year, um, busting my behind to like make this real, make it a reality. And in that whole time frame, to be able to, the biggest thing, right, is that not only am I a mom, because that's one thing, right? That's just one thing that I birthed, but I also birthed my own brick and mortar.
Yes, you
Let's
did.
talk about that, right?
Yes.
I have my own space, which, how amazing it is to feel that, and to think about what it is that I actually want it to be, and where's it going to, you know, what's it going to manifest actually into? Is it just going to be where I'm meeting my clients or I'm having workshops? I feel like I have more to offer than just that. So I've been mapping out what that actually looks like, and what that will actually mean, for 2026.
Yeah.
So I have some things up my sleeve.
I'm so excited for you.
Yeah,
This is amazing because honestly, the hard part about, becoming is the exit of one season and then the entrance of another. And it's like, sometimes you get stuck in that in between of like, so how do I grieve this thing that I left while
Yep.
preparing for something new? And
Yep.
sometimes, yes, sis, you do gotta sit down, and get some
Sit down
clarity,
somewhere.
and get some clarity. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like,
Yep.
how hard was it to let go of the old season and embrace this new, as you're saying, like chrysalis into something else? Because the caterpillar got to go through some work just before
It's
they
been
get chrysalis. They got to the ground, elevate self, and then wrap yourself up. So,
okay. Then make the crystallized little cocoon, and then be in it and stay in it, and bake. Um, I don't think I was resistant because I didn't really fully believe that it was happening to me. Um, like all of the things to be doing all of the things pregnant.
yeah.
I commend myself. Like, I don't know if I would have done all of the things that I did, um 2 years before or 5 years before. Like, each year I have become a better version of myself because I worked on myself, right? So to be able to, I lost the question. My mommy brain is still here. What's the question again?
Um, how hard was it to let go of your
Thank you,
old?
because I was on it. I was on the track.
You was there.
I
You was
was
there.
there, but I had to remember, girl. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Because it still comes in and out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how hard was it? I feel like I was saying, it wasn't that it was hard. The parts that were hard was sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, because
Yeah.
as a thriver, right? As a conqueror of my freedom, as a
Mm-hmm.
person that has always had to fight, if that's the right word to even think of. I guess that is, right? As a Black woman, we don't have time to rest. Like, there is no resting. I feel like I've never had a time where I could rest. And so this was the first time in my life where I really didn't have to work hard. Like, I really didn't have to do, but in my mind, I could not sit. So that was the part that was the challenging part. That's the part that was hard, was battling myself.
Yep.
To say, no, you can stop. You don't have to do every single event, though I did. You know, it's okay. Like, after birth was my hardest time, because then I realized I actually can't do any of the things that I was doing before. Like, I can't. So that was the hard part, because then that was when I finally realized the hardest part of it was depending on other people. Yeah. So that's where I had to, I had to be in a point where I was vulnerable, and I had to depend on my husband, who, I'm so thankful for the man that God gave me. I had to, let my kids do for me. I had to let family come over and, clean the house or wash the dishes or just let me cry, because that was a thing. Um, so the hardest part was being vulnerable, was actually being okay with others helping me and others taking care of me, instead of being the strong person, the I can, she can do all things, and at that moment I couldn't. So that was probably the hardest part of the transition in my season, is being okay with that.
You just said a lot of things, and I'm glad that you shared that, because people, I think, over romanticize what it means that be a new mom and to have your family, and it's like beautiful, absolutely. Whew. But the things that happen to your psyche, to your body, to your emotions, like it's all over the place. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't understand what postpartum looks like, whether you have postpartum depression or not. It's just like it's hard because it's an adjustment nonetheless. It's
Yep.
like you were saying, getting back to myself, but then also like, oh, that's right, I have to raise children, and I am a wife and a business
Three of
owner,
them.
and okay, So in the art of becoming, I'm hearing it means you have to learn how to find a harmony. I don't use balance anymore because it's really hard to balance stuff. So a harmony,
I like it.
all pieces are doing something. We just gotta make sure they all sound good.
Gonna keep that in my Rolodex.
You should.
I like it. I'm gonna use it. Harmony. Keep it all in harmony. Because you're right. Balancing is not. That's like a false statement.
Yeah, like that work-life balance. I'm like, first of all, why is work first? Because miss me with that. Life work.
Yes. I never thought about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was about to swear and say F work. But we
No,
all need
seriously.
we need our coins. But F work.
Right. I mean,
until I gotta go back.
Work right now. But like, yeah, I agree. And so like you mentioned trailblazing before, and I know we were talking about that before we hopped on about you are a trailblazer. There's a lot of becoming that you have to do, but then also like a lot of sacrifices and a lot of mistakes and failures and all of those things. So how has your path of becoming looked like for you?
There's been a lot of no's. There's been a lot of yeses to the things that I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that was going to be a yes.
Yeah.
But then there's been a whole bunch of no's to the things that I'm like, dang, well, I put my all into this, and I got to know. Oh, I didn't expect that. It has looked like rewards. it has looked like connection.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say reward and connection, it's like even with all of the no's or the failure or things that seemed as though they were a fail, right? Even in those, there were still the rewards that I got and the connection that I got. And so, to be able to talk to someone who wouldn't normally talk to me, like you wouldn't think that they would have a conversation with you, like having male clients.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, it's like, okay, I'm therapeutic. We could just be sitting here coloring, literally.
Uh-huh.
Okay, coloring or putting a sticker on pages, but I'm having that communication, that conversation with my client, and that's the connection that I have, that I can see, okay, well, something that I said to someone um stuck with them. Like, for example, a couple months back, I was in my office, and like, like one of those, like, Amazon people came to the door or something. They were selling something. So
Uh-huh.
always selling. They're trying to sell you something. So they
They are.
came in to sell me something, but on my wall behind me, see those little leaves? They look like little leaves.
Mm-hmm.
All on my wall, I have people, like anyone who comes to my office, I have them write on the leaf something inspirational for someone else to come in to. So even if you don't know that person, you can go to my wall of affirmations and see that there's like somebody that told you to press on. So that young man came to my office, and I don't even remember what I said to him that day. I was like, you have to put something on the wall. He came back 3 more times in 3 weeks, like, just to
Mm-hmm.
kind of, because he was having a long day one day, and I just happened to be in my office that day, and
Yeah.
so he came and we talked for like an hour. And this was a young, like, I don't want to say boy, a young man
Mm-hmm.
who, I mean, he must have been like 23, 22, 23, and
Yeah.
having a long day. Because if you're walking door to door being a salesman, that's not an easy job, and people are rude.
Mm-hmm.
So people are very rude, right?
Yeah.
So I don't remember what it was that I said to him that time, or one of the times, but the very last time that he came to my office, it had to been like 3 weeks had passed, 3, 4 weeks had passed, and he came, and he just came to check how you doing. I know you're getting close to your the end of your pregnancy. I just wanted to check up on you, and I'm like, oh, that was so sweet of you. You want to write something else on the board? He's like, actually, I came to tell you that I said something that you said to me while we were just talking, and I was like, you did? And he's like, yeah, I actually said it. I think he repeated it back to his mother or his sister, one of the
Mm-hmm.
two. And I was like, oh, you remembered it verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the connection for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the, you know, that's what I got out of it. I mean, it can one day, today it could be a great feeling. And then tomorrow it's like, well, why the hell am I doing this? What am I doing this for? Actually, what am I doing this for? Like, I have bills to pay, I have this to do, I have that to do, and I'm sitting in this office and nobody's been here yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, not literally no one, but no one's been here. I don't have a regular. I thought that I would have regulars, and all of these things, and then I remind myself that there's a bigger picture. And so right now I'm at where I'm at, but that doesn't mean that that's where it's going to be forever. It's
Mm-hmm.
temporary. And I am in the building phase, I am in the becoming phase, I am in this chrysalis, I am building something to be better, to be new.
Mm-hmm.
And in the process of making new things, are they supposed to be easy? Is it supposed to be an easy situation when you're doing something? It should be like seamless, but it doesn't need to, it's not necessarily means that it's easy. It's just like things that are supposed to go together easily fall together. They're woven together easily, but it doesn't mean that it's a easy transitions for all of them, if that makes sense.
It's true.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense because I think that's why people give up, right?
Yep.
So being an entrepreneur, a workpreneur, whateverpreneur you want to be, it is
Mm-hmm.
hard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because again, it's a lot of yeses and nos and ooh, that worked, but that didn't. And it's like constantly going to the drawing board, constantly trying to
Yep.
figure out like, am I doing this thing right? Am I missing something? Am I overlooking something? And we do need those reminders that something we're doing is sticking and it
Yep.
works, right?
Yep.
Because there's nothing worse than feeling like I'm working 70 something hours a week and it's like, so the money isn't rolling in. I'm tired. I got
Yep.
other stuff I got to do. I have a life that I have to cater to. And it's like, when does it stick? When does it work? And so I believe, because it has happened to me many a times, God will send a nice little birdie on in and be like, hey, girl, you all right.
Hey.
You're doing what you got to do. Stay the course. And
Yeah.
it's like, whew, okay, cool. Because I was ready to call it quits. Like, yesterday.
Right.
I was like, who can I call? Like, and it's hard. You know what I mean? And so
Yep.
again, the art of becoming, it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of resilience that you need and grit,
Yeah. Yep.
integrity, passion, even because that'll leave too. So we keep saying becoming. What are we becoming, Madame? Do you know? Do you have an idea?
Hmm. I don't. And I think that's like the most beautiful part of saying I'm in a chrysalis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because a butterfly or a caterpillar, whichever one you want to put it in,
Yeah.
um, they don't know. It's like, well, like they don't like I don't know if they think, but the spots or the colors that appear upon them,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what those are, right? They don't know whether it's just going to be blotches, what how many colors it's going to be, what's going to come out of it, how big their wings are going to be. No clue. They could be small, it could be big. um I don't know what it looks like for me to come out of this chrysalis in this metaphor, right? But what I do know is that I feel as though I've laid down a strong foundation
Mm-hmm.
of self love, self
Yeah.
preservation, self awareness, um, dedication, and understanding of Tanya. Like my nucleus of me is solid. Like
Mm-hmm.
every time I walk by the mirror, I'm still saying, "You that girl. You just don't know that body, but you
You still hurt.
you still that grab."
That's
But
so good.
like I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still learning. And I if I was to put it into something that I think that it what becoming means for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it before I even say this, so
Yeah.
the term of becoming
Yeah.
actually came to me from the first of the new year. I went to church every
Uh,
year. I normally try to go to church on the first of the year. That's how I start my year. It's how I want to end my year. Me and God talking to each other and letting him know like there is no other commitment I'm making for the year. I don't have a my New Year's resolution is to grow stronger with you every year. That's the thought that I have when people are like, "Oh, New Year's resolution." No, or where are you bringing your New Year's? Church with God,
yeah.
with my big homie. That's where I'm going to be at. So when I went to church for the new year, the pastor, his whole sermon was about becoming. And
Mm-hmm.
when I heard the sermon, then I didn't really click to me. Like, what does that even mean? And he was just saying, like, who you are now it doesn't mean that that's who you're going to be by the end of the year.
Yep.
It could be so much more than that. What do you plan on doing with that more that's going to come? And so where I am now, I feel like the whole year I've been becoming.
Mm.
The whole year I've been like, you know, my new year starts on my birthday.
Yeah.
which is December 5th. That's my new year. Okay. That's my New Year's is
Mm-hmm.
December 5th. But with the
Mm-hmm.
world, it's different. But for myself is
Yep.
December 5th. So by the time, so December 5th, I just feel like I guess maybe it'll be here by then. Hopefully. Let's see what happens. I'm looking forward to who this Tanya is. Like this version of me. Each
Mm-hmm.
one of my kids have brought out an amazing version of me. Like when I think back to my first child, I was like 21. I was
Mm-hmm.
21 and know nothing. I was still wet behind the ears and I learned some things,
Mm-hmm.
but still didn't understand Tanya. Second
Mm-hmm.
child, I learned resilience. I learned that I was stronger than I thought I ever was. Um, and I became a conqueror. And in the process of that time and this time, which is a decade, mom, because it's every 10 years, I don't think about popping out a kid. This is the last decade of it, though, because I'm 40. So ain't no 42. Fact, I'll be 42. But
Yeah. No.
ain't no more. Ain't no more babies. This last one did a thing. He did his thing. I
Uh-huh.
had to have a C-section. I don't, 1 out of 10, I don't recommend.
Do not recommend. Mm-hmm.
No, just my experience to it. I'm all right. I would have just rather just push, and ploop, ploop, plow.
Mm-hmm.
Life is here. That's not what God had in store for him to come into this world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I digress. So I, I just feel like this version of Tanya is a laid back Tanya.
Mm-hmm.
Is and I guess I do know parts of it, right? This Tanya refuse. I'm gonna say that again one more time. I refuse. She
Mm-hmm.
refuses. We refuse
Yeah.
to have anybody in our life that does not add to my life. If you do not add to it, I don't. And it doesn't mean like, oh, there has to be some type of materialistic or monetary gain, like there has to be some money gain. That's not what I mean. I mean spiritual gain,
Mm-hmm.
soul gain. Like if you have not fed my soul, I'm all right. I'm good. Not to say like I hate anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, you know. Friends that were there, thank you. You came in your season. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you taught me in the time frame that you were there, but now you're not. And
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. Just like I'm not. I
Right.
was a season for you as well. Um, but I refuse to have anything. Though that's the biggest one. The Tanya of today the Tanya that is becoming refuses to have anything in her life that doesn't add to it and doesn't bring me joy, because I want to be joyous,
Mm-hmm.
um, and to have that continued, um, what's the right word? Like a never ending flow of peace with whoever's in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has to be peace.
Yeah.
I can be the problem when I want to be, but I choose. But I'm just, well, I'm just saying, has to be peace. I
Yeah.
choose peace. I choose peace. I feel like I've gone through enough in life. And this next season, I wanted to just be peaceful and to enjoy the people that are around me, enjoy my community, be an advocate for things that I want to do and people I want to see. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. I love it. There was a lot that you were saying, and it reminded me of the episode we did last week where we were talking about how healing hurts. And a part
Yes.
of the reason why it hurts is because you do have to like rid yourself of people, things, ideas, thought patterns. Like you have to rid yourself of it because this new thing, it has
Mm-hmm.
to be new, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we love people, some of them sometimes. We
Yes.
love people, but
Yeah.
everybody can't go. Everybody cannot enter into this new season with you because you don't know what they bring. You know what I'm saying? Like they might bring something that might, Christina, you did the episode with Christina.
Yep.
Uh, so she's my mentor in case
Yep.
anyone forgot.
Oh
And
no, I remember you saying it, Grit.
she had talked about like having abortive language, right? So we're all birthing something. And
Correct.
sometimes the people around us are saying such negative things and wishing such negativity on us that those are like abortive spirits or abortive language, right?
Mm.
Yeah. And we can't keep allowing people to be there just because they're familiar, just because they've been there for a while or whatever it is. It's okay that you might have to lose some things in this art of becoming because you don't know what their person, words, or whatever it is bringing with them. So,
Yeah.
and we need some healthy people. You can't make it through
That
this
part.
without having support because,
Hello.
like we said, you be wanting to quit and they be like, I'm good. This was a good run. That was fun, but I don't want to do this. But if you have the adequate supports, they are able to show up and be like, I got you. What do you need? And as you
Yeah.
were saying, that's not easy for everybody. Everyone isn't like, no, I'm so okay with everyone doing something for me. Some of us are conditioned to be hyper independent and just do things.
Yep.
So it's hard for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so as you are becoming, what are the things that you're learning about yourself in these stages in these steps of becoming? Because there's lessons in there.
Oh yes.
There's some lessons in
Oh, oh, buddy. I have learned that I am more patient than I used to be. that's that's the yeah, maybe that's the good word because I am a fire sign and I'm a little spicy. Um, but I'm slow to respond to
there.
people now.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching you instead of me responding because before I used to just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna burn you down," because hello, you're messing with the Sagittarius. What are we doing?
Yeah.
But now I kind of just sit and I'm watching, I'm observing, and I'm really thinking about like, well, what triggered you to act this way?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
What's triggering you to act this way? Like I and that's from losing people.
Mm-hmm.
That's from actually losing people that I thought I would never lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I thought we were riding and dying together. Well, who wants to die? But I thought we was riding together.
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, um, that wasn't the case. And it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I lost it again. Mommy
What,
brain.
what lessons have you learned on the art of becoming?
So patience,
Mm-hmm.
slow to speak. Um, my when I'm saying something, it's like I said, I'm really thinking about I'm listening to understand and then readapt my thought process
Mm-hmm.
of it's not how I'm not treating you how I want to be treated. I'm treating you how you want to be treated. So how do you want to be treated? And also, as you just said X, Y, and Z, what I'm picking up from what you're saying is this and this and this. And I think when I said this to you, it triggered you to go down this path of
Mm-hmm.
conversation. And so I'm not going to engage with you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but you also not going to play me.
Yeah.
So I've learned those. Um, and I would say that I learned what matters to me. That's I've learned what matters to me in this becoming. Um, with everything that's going on in life, the only thing that matters is my peace. And I think I said it to one of my girlfriends the other day that was going through a situation. I said to her, And this is in regards to like that healing and hurt, right? Because healing and hurt, and like breaking everything down in your season to build, to have, not even to build back, but to have a brand new season,
Mm-hmm.
right? You are stripping all of those things and understanding that not everybody deserves a seat in your theater, let alone a ticket in your life. And so I learned that not everybody has a ticket in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody has a ticket. Some people are meant to stand on the outside of the building before I walk in,
Mm-hmm.
give me the things that I need, or I give them the things that they need. But if I'm in my theater, I'm in my theater. It doesn't mean that you get to watch the show. You can
Mm-hmm.
stand on the outside. Maybe you'll see a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I've learned those things. Like it's okay for those people to be on outside. It's okay. Like
Yeah.
you can't say you don't need to save everybody. You
Nope.
don't have to save everybody, and
Nope.
you don't have a cape anyway, so you definitely don't have any superpowers. And the way that you are, you will then take those person's problems and make them your problems, and then you'll be so hyper focused on trying to figure out how to fix their problem while
Mm-hmm.
they're not thinking about you at all.
Hello. Mm-hmm.
So, and it's okay. That's again, it's okay because they're outside of your theater.
Okay. I'm glad you have a theater. At this point, I got a viewing room. It's like
Ooh,
10 chairs, and that's what you got.
ooh,
Because I've learned in my art of becoming is that I try to include everybody. I try to be so inclusive. I'm like, well, this one helped me then, and this one did this, and it's okay. And it's like, girl, mm-mm. Because it's not that. I love that you said the cape situation, because there is a mental health um, message out there that says rip the cape or take the cape off or words to that effect, because it's true. We especially when you're a compassionate giving person, it's like, no, here, I got you, here. But there, it's okay to be selfish sometimes, because that means I gotta take myself seriously. Like, I'm not going through all of this for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, the art of becoming means I'm becoming someone that is unfamiliar in part. Like, unless I had a vision for this, like, even if you have a vision for it, sometimes it doesn't happen, whew, the way that you envision it. And so it's like you got to roll with the punches and be okay with the changes. And um, that includes people, and learning how to be comfortable with the absence of people, how to be comfortable with um, accepting new, because we're not always open to the new things. So
yep.
a lot in that.
But is it selfish or is it selfless? I'm sorry, self-full. Because you can be self-full instead of being selfish.
Play
Because I'm
on
self-full.
words. I like it. I like it.
Let's be self-full. Like you're not selfish when you think about yourself. You're being self-full.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
And it's hard to think of yourself as a new thing, right? So
Yep.
I was saying to my therapist on Tuesday, I was like, listen here, ma'am, I think I'm so disconnected with myself because
Mm-hmm.
I don't even recognize me anymore. I'm changing that much where I'm like, I'm responding different, I'm showing up different, I'm feeling different things. So I'm like, this is new. This is yeah, I don't know how to navigate this new space as this new version of me, because it's so new and it's so hard to, like, I'm not saying it's hard to embrace it. I think it's hard to walk and live in it because it is so new. So
Mm-hmm.
in this new season of your life, this new chapter of your world, um, what are you excited the most about?
Hmm. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I am excited. I mean, I guess really is just about me. That is, like that's a great part of your life to actually come to be able to say, I'm just really just thinking about me. Like, yes, I love my kids. I love my husband. I love my family. I love my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful for all of it
Mm-hmm.
because it was a point in my life when I didn't feel like I had any of it. I didn't feel like I was seen or heard, that there was no one that really truly cared about me and my thoughts and my emotions. And, how am I going to even be able to embrace anybody else? Because I can't embrace myself. And I'm in a space and place and time in my life where I am really just thinking about Tanya. And I'm excited to see what Tanya has to offer. Like there's never been a time where I can, like, at this big grown age where I'm like, ooh, what am I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
What is Tanya gonna do?
Yeah.
Um and like have not I haven't set any like high expectation for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've been giving myself grace.
Mm-hmm.
I've been humble. I've been waiting to see what Tanya does. So I'm excited to see, because I could say 1,000 things of what I think I'm excited for. And then the next thing you know, I'm back in school. Or, I start a campaign of some sorts, or who knows. I have absolutely no I'm on a PTO with my kids' school, just because I want to make sure that y'all are understanding that there's Black kids here, and we're here and you're gonna see us.
Period. Yeah.
Period. That
Mm-hmm.
part.
Yeah. Yeah. Some
um
forget.
so I don't Okay, hello. So I'm I'm really just excited for who Tanya is going to be. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know who that is. I don't know when she's gonna appear. She
Mm-hmm.
probably is already here and I don't even know, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just she's like, I'm gonna wait because you keep saying you don't know. So we're gonna just play with that. And then blah.
Right. Right.
So I'm excited for whatever God has for me
Mm-hmm.
in and I keep saying it in third person, like I'm not talking about myself, but for whoever Tanya is. Because it does feel like this Tanya,
Yep.
well, this Tanya is the Tanya for right, is Tanya now, but
Yep.
this Tanya was not Tanya, the same Tanya like a couple months ago. She was a different Tanya then to the Tanya that's here now. And the Tanya that's going to be here 3-4 months from now might be a completely different Tanya again.
Agreed.
And so I'm excited for the next version of Tanya that comes out of the chrysalis, and
Mm-hmm.
what spots I have, what bright new colors I bring into this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If we keep going with this butterfly metaphor,
Yeah.
um, because I like animal facts. It's a thing. I'm a geek over animal
Oh,
facts.
really?
Girl, yeah. Listen, I was convinced at some point in my life I was either going to be a marine biologist or a paleontologist. I don't know which
Oh,
one. Yeah. So I love dinosaurs because Land Before Time and then all of these other
I
things,
loved that.
right? It was good. It was good.
Yeah,
And
it was
so
really good.
I loved it until I realized like these people are outside in like the hottest of hot, and I don't do heat. Although I was born in the summer, I don't do heat. And so I was like, okay, let's go the opposite. Let's go into the waters because we love the waters. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I learned that the wings of the butterfly, it's more for the people than it is for self. They can't see their wings. So they don't
Mm,
know what it looks like. They don't know what colors they have. They don't know. It's for the onlookers and other things
Oh
like
my goodness. So wait, so what you're saying to me is
uh-huh.
I love where this metaphor is going. So
Uh-huh.
so basically what you telling me, and I'm gonna when I tell you it's gonna be a thought and I'm gonna sit on it, and it's because now my brain is like "Turu, turu, 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 turu." I'm never gonna see my spots or my colors. Everybody else is gonna see it, and that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful because I'm not, as I said, like I said, right? I could be the butterfly right now and I have no clue because I'm still the caterpillar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, that
Which
brings
is
a little tear to my eye.
oh,
I'm still kind of emotional.
it's okay. Hormones, they're a thing.
My hormones are still crazy. That is such a beautiful way to think of it.
Mm-hmm. Because when you said, I don't know if I'm there or I'm her, and I said, girl, I mean, I talk to you periodically, but the Tanya I'm looking at right now is different, more evolved than the Tanya I was talking to before. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, the beauty that is your life and the beauty that is Creative Hues, it comes from a place of your transitions and what you've learned along the way. And we don't always see it. Because remember, God will send the people, be like, what you just said to me right there, game changing, life changing. You know what I'm saying? But we get so focused on the things, right? Like I remember for a while, I was like, I don't even know I'm still doing these podcasts. Don't nobody be watching them. I don't know why I be doing half the stuff I'm doing because I'm like, are people actually viewing? Are people actually gaining something from it? And then I'll get a phone call or I'll get a text, and it's like, so I popped in on that episode and something that was said. Oh, love it. The guest, what they said, and I'm like, okay, all right. So I've learned in ministry world, if everything I'm doing impacts one person, then it was all worth it, you know?
Yeah.
And so every tier transition, new thing, old stuff you had to shave off of you. Like I was watching again, another animal fact. So there were these reindeer and they were like
Hmm.
bashing their horns against the logs, right?
Yeah.
You could see
Yeah.
the blood like
Yeah.
coming off, and it's like, why are they torturing themselves like that? And it's like they have to get rid of those things because if not, it'll tip them over because they're so big and so heavy that
Yeah.
they're willing to endure the pain to give birth to this new thing that's not as heavy. And
Yeah.
I said, if you don't preach to me, Animal Planet, if you don't preach,
Not if you don't preach to me, Animal Planet. I
listen,
cannot.
I be gaining such wisdom and word from that. And I said, now you mean to tell me if an animal instinctually can understand that pain is a part of the process and pain is
Hmm.
how I let go of the heavy thing so that when I give birth to something new, it's not going to be as heavy and you know, making my head tilt. I'm over here tripping about the little stuff I got to do. Even in pregnancy, you got 9 months. You're like, okay, little discomfort.
10.
Ooh, or 10.
10. They lied. It's
Okay,
10.
10.
40 weeks. A long time.
I stand corrected.
Right.
And when it's time to give birth, that's not an easy process, like at all. They say like childbirth is the equivalent to breaking like 3 bones, 5 bones,
Mm.
some amount of bones. And I
Hmm.
said, yeah,
I, I,
that's
I,
about
I
right.
believe it. I believe
And like
it.
the thing, but all of that just to birth this lovely human into the world. And so, you know, the mothers I know, they're like, the pain was worth it because look at them.
Very much.
The
Yeah.
baby is this is a whole life, and I grew that. Oh my queen, and it's so beautiful. So pain is a part of the process,
Yeah.
unfortunately, and we're not going to see all of the fruits. We're not going to see all of the changes and all of the ways that we're different. But as long as someone somewhere is picking up what we putting down, it'll be worth it. You know. So
Yeah.
encouragement moments. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as we start to wrap up this episode, because we've been doing this for a while, and I tell people all the time, I can do this all day. Like,
That part.
hire me to be a podcast, something rather, and I got y'all. Like, I can do this all day. Um, do you have advice for those who may be stagnant or stuck, struggling to struggling to even get like in the process of becoming? Because again, healing hurts. It's tough, it's hard. So is evolving. It's tough, it's
Yep.
hard, it requires so much from you. So do you have advice for those out there in the World Wide Web?
Well, I wrote down that so becoming, right, is not about perfection. It's about the progress.
Yeah.
And so it might not always be pretty. It might not be something that you feel like you can do, right? You might want to give up. You might have moments where everything just is not going in the way, in the direction that you want it to go, but there's always a reason for that. I know that that sounds very cliche, very, very, very cliche, but it's like you told God what you wanted, what you thought it was supposed to be, so God has to smite you. Like, what was you even? Don't be trying to tell me what to do. The path. I mean, I gave you 1,000 paths, millions, because you're on that road, and there's not like it's one right path. There's no right path. There's the only path that's always going to lead you back to wherever God wanted you to be anyway. But it's the time that you're going to take to get to it. So I would just say in that is understand that it's not going to be perfect. And that it is about the progress and the process, right? The whole trust the process. If it's something that deep down in your heart that you believe in, that you're doing it with purpose and cause, and it's a part of your life path, it's going to pan out the way it should, because it will, because it was already written for it to happen that way. And so I will say what I wrote down was becoming isn't about arriving. It's about daring to step out into the mist, trusting that what looks unclear today is shaping who you are destined to be tomorrow. So just keep pushing. I mean, there's really nothing what did I heard this perfect saying to end to close my thought process out. Whether you're right or whether you're wrong, they both are true.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. It was giving poetic justice. I liked it. I like
it. I don't remember the name of the author because it's not my original, but whether you're right or whether it's right or wrong, whether you say I can or I cannot, you're right, because you told yourself that. So continuously tell yourself I can, even in the moments that you feel like you can't.
That's so good, because we need those reminders. We need to be reminded not to keep looking at how difficult the process is. Like I can say for me, when I was on my weight loss journey, like, last year or something like that, I was like, this sucks, because you can't gauge nothing the first few months. You're just like, I got trust. Like literally, I have to trust the process. People tell you don't look at the scale because you're gonna be disappointed, and it's more about how you feel and the lifestyle and the things that you're doing. And I said, yeah, but I don't see much of a difference, and I must be doing it wrong. And I'm just no. And then when I had to start being an entrepreneur, I was like, this different. this is pulling things out of me that I didn't even know I had. It is
The
required.
level of delusion.
Girl, you got to be hecka delulu to be able to do
Delulu
this.
cuckoo.
Child, listen, I had a whole address in Delulu land. I had a government and a bank out there. Okay? That's how much I be living in
I
there.
bought a street.
Yeah. Yeah. A whole block, you know. And it's
Yeah.
hard to become something new, especially if you're a trailblazer, especially if it's like you're the first one in your family, first one in your friend group, first one in your neighborhood to do this thing. It's like, y'all be patient with me during the process, okay? Because this is different. This is
Yeah.
different for me,
Yep.
you know, and it's pulling, tugging, and pulling at a lot of things in you. So, you know, I appreciate the advice that you gave about trusting the process and remembering it's about progress, not perfection. You know, because
Yes.
we need those reminders. I know I needed them, so thank you.
Welcome.
Anyhow, so now that we're back in the field and we're back into work, what do you got coming up, Tanya?
Um, so I have a couple of like tabling events. I have some workshops to do at a community um organization. Um, I really want to, I just don't know which weekend to do it. But I really want to be able to do a workshop here in my office. I'm thinking I was shooting for October, but October looks like it is a busy month, and so probably be in November.
Okay.
And I'll have my, I last year was, so I'm bringing all of my workshops that I did last year for the end of the year to this end of the year. So November is harvesting your emotions. So the
Mm-hmm.
whole month there'll be different activities about how you're harvesting your emotions and being thankful for the things, for all of the things that you're getting out of the harvest, for the, whatever those new crops that came in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Be thankful. What are you thankful for? So I'm just trying to think of what I want to do. I don't really have anything concrete in my mind, which I probably should, but whatever. It'll come when
Yeah.
it comes.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the biggest thing. And I wanted to do to, and I might still just do it for October because it's Domestic Violence Month. And it would be a smash and release. So it's purchasing. I would provide the pumpkins. So we would be doing a release of whatever it is that you have as your blockages. You have this, pumpkin, and just like how you would break a plate, you'd write all the things down, and then you smash the pumpkin. Um, but what's the greatest part about that smash of the pumpkin is that there's seeds inside, and
Mm-hmm.
seeds do what? Bring new life.
Mm-hmm.
So we would replant the seeds so that you're able to see your harvest, and see the beauty that comes from the past season, your past transgressions, the things that were holding you, that you can always take from the things that were holding you and take the good out of it and create the new. So I think I might still do the smash and release.
Girl, that was too beautiful not to do it. Even if it's just 5 people, girl, you gotta do that. That was good.
Thank you. So I think
Good.
I'll still do that. I'll send you the flyer for that one.
Please do.
It'll be one of the weekends. Trying to see which weekend. Maybe the weekend of, oh, I'm not here. Maybe the 18th.
Of November.
People don't really like coming out on Sundays. So maybe the
You gotta get me
Saturday.
after church. Make it out of 3 p.m. and I got you.
Okay, then I'll make it for one of those days. People really like to do things on Saturdays. So
Yeah.
maybe it'll be on a Saturday. probably like the 18th, probably around there, because I'm out of town. I'm out of town the weekend before. But yeah, so it'd be a smash and release. But those are really the things that I have going on, trying to just get my office back together. I feel so bad because I have not been in my office for 3 months, and I'm a plant mom, and my plants are like, they're struggling. So I got to bring them back to life and just be in this office more often. So
bring them back to life. All right. Well, Miss Tanya, thank you so much. Sorry, Mrs. You are married. Thank you for being back. Congratulations on all the new things, on the new world, the new life you brought into the world, your office. Welcome back to the field. Welcome back to the work. I know it's a lot. And welcome back to yourself, to this new, beautiful person that you are becoming. So congratulations on that. Everyone who's going to watch this, whether live or rebroadcast, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. This is Tanya, and we did The Art of Becoming. Next week, I have a new guest, so y'all should come on. She's new to the pod. Her name is Badia Weeks, and we're going to be talking about, like, stop sleeping on yourself. I don't remember the exact title, but, like, what does it mean when you know who you are and you've been acting like you don't know who you are, but now you actually, like, are walking in who you are? Yeah, we're no longer sleeping on ourselves. So I think I said stay woke, no longer sleeping on yourself, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, next week, 7 p.m., same time, same channel, same place, same face. Anyway, watch the outro video. Don't y'all click off because you know that outro video is coming. Tanya, good night.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope whatever was said impacted you or someone you know. So again, feel free to share this with anyone you know, a group of people you know, whoever you think needs to hear and have benefited from a conversation like what we just did, you know. Send it to them. Anyway, so at the end of my episodes, I like to do some announcements. I do have a lot of things coming up. I am ready to do speaking engagements, so you'll see flyers on those. I'm ready to launch my groups now that the summer's over and everyone's getting back into the swing of, like, normal everyday life. So I have some groups coming up. I am taking insurances, in case you didn't know. So I'm going to throw up the list of insurances that I am taking. And, you know, stay tuned for more. The books are still out, so my journal, To the Other Side, is still out on Amazon, as well as my mental health awareness affirmations book. It's a coloring book. It's an adult book, you know. We color too. I love to color, okay? So those are still out on Amazon. Check them out. Again, share those with people who you think might benefit from it, all right? So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the flyers, and I'll see you next time.